Luke Skywalker plays a pivotal role in The Last Jedi. Disney Lucasfilm warning: there are major spoilers ahead for Star Wars The Last Jedi. Star Wars The Last Jedi gave viewers a few surprises with Rey, Snoke, and the return of an iconic character. But it was the film's end which delivered one of its most unexpected shocks. This is your last chance to head back before spoilers. Where have you gone, Skywalker? Disney Lucasfilm: after fighting Kylo Ren on Krayt, we return to Luke Skywalker meditating on the island of Ahch-To. If you hadn't guessed it at this point, Skywalker never left Ahch-To, even during his battle with Kylo Ren. He channeled his powers of the Force to appear on Krayt in hologram form to face his nephew and reunite with his sister, Leia, one last time. We then see Luke look out longingly at the horizon. It's a perfect mirror to the longing gaze he once gave on Tatooine in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Now, it's not one of longing, but one of peace. It all comes full circle. Lucasfilm, but it's what happened next that caught fans by surprise. As the camera pulls back on Luke, he disappears on screen, leaving his Jedi robes behind to carry in the wind. The moment may have made your jaw drop and left you wondering what happened. The explanation here is pretty simple, and you may have already guessed it. Is Luke dead? Yes. He's now a Force ghost. I had huge hesitance, director Rian Johnson said at a QA after a Friday screening at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, according to Entertainment Weekly. I was terrified. It was a growing sense of dread when I realized this was going to make sense in that chapter. Johnson talked about killing off Luke with Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy and some members of the Star Wars Story Group before making a final decision. It was not like I wrote the script and dropped it on their desk. It was very important to me that I was collaborating with the folks at Lucasfilm from the word go, Johnson added, saying he wanted to push both the audience and the character. During the QA, Hamill said he was a bit in denial, and that he still is, of Luke's death. The first thing I said was, can't you wait and do this in Episode 9? What does that mean? Luke's ready to hang with Yoda and Ben. Disney Lucasfilm: you know how Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Yoda will pop up as an embodiment of their Force-sensitive selves? Yeah, Luke's one of them. He is now truly one with the Force. But why? Luke looked like he had so much more to offer. This guy has seen better days. Disney Lucasfilm: did he, though? When we meet Skywalker in The Last Jedi, he's a changed man, haunted by his actions toward his nephew, Ben Solo. As revealed in flashbacks, there was a moment in his past where Luke was so concerned by the darkness brewing in young Ben that he considered killing him for a fleeting moment. Though he instantly changed his mind, it was too late. Ben, a young, scared teen, saw what his uncle was planning to do, and it drove him to the dark side of the Force. Can you blame him? No wonder Kylo was seeking some guidance in his grandpa. His uncle tried to murder him. Disney Lucasfilm: Luke has spent the remaining years of his life heavily regretting that decision. He even cut himself off from the Force for a time so Leia and no one could find him. After some FaceTime with Rey and acknowledging his shortcomings with Kylo face-to-face, Luke was finally at a place where he could let go and carry onward. Or, as Leia and Rey discern at the film's end, Luke is at peace. You recall, Yoda passes on in a similar fashion, too, in Return of the Jedi after training Luke. And, as Johnson said at Friday's QA, this new trilogy isn't Skywalker's story. I think the hero's journey of Luke Skywalker concluded in Return of the Jedi. This trilogy is the hero's journey of Rey, and Finn, and Poe, said Johnson. The ongoing story of Luke is one that has to play in tandem with that of Rey. Hints this was coming. Did you see Luke's death coming? Lucasfilm: Luke's death may not have hit you as a huge surprise if you were paying close attention in The Last Jedi. Skywalker hinted at it slightly earlier in the movie. While his hologram was masterfully fighting Kylo Ren on Krayt, he tells his nephew, "Strike me down in anger and I'll always be with you." His line echoed what Obi-Wan Ben Kenobi said to Darth Vader in A New Hope during their final battle. "If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine," Kenobi says to Vader before he disappeared into an empty robe as he was struck with a lightsaber and became a Force ghost himself. Yup, Skywalker pulled an Obi-Wan Kenobi. Lucasfilm: of course, there were also the subtle hints you may have missed the first time around. Luke appeared to Kylo as his younger self with a shaved beard on Krayt. He also appeared with his original blue lightsaber, the very one Ben and Rey just snapped in two. If you pay careful attention to Skywalker's feet, you'll notice that he doesn't leave footprints on the white Krayt sound or reveal the red mineral on the ground as Kylo's feet do. What does this mean for Luke moving forward? Will Luke Skywalker be in Star Wars Episode 9? Up until his death, we were sure we would see him again, but now it's not so clear. The Last Jedi ends on an ambiguous note about where the franchise can go in the future. Mark Hamill teased the return for Episode 9 back in August 2016. Hamill said he was getting rid of his The Last Jedi beard, at least until the next trilogy movie. During Friday's QA, Hamill seemed positive we could see Skywalker return as a Force ghost. "I'm just still holding on to the line, see you around, kid. I can be in Episode 9," Hamill said to the crowd. "I might consider catering the film just so I can hang out. Still, we wouldn't be surprised if the next film has a bit of a time jump. But we'll have to wait a while to know for sure." You can follow along with our Star Wars coverage here.